Hey, what's up? Okay, so the video today is gonna be a saga. So I got a bunch of papers. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a great one. You guys are gonna love it. Okay. So let me start this out. There's a town in Sweden called Gävle, and my Swedish neighbor was telling me about this. So hopefully I'm saying it right. Gävle is how they said it. So, but yeah, Gävle has an annual Christmas tradition of arson and public vandalism. Let's get into it. Okay, so every year, basically, the town of Gävle builds a giant goat out of straw, and almost every year, without fail, it burns to the ground or is destroyed in some way. This tradition started in 1966. This guy named Stig Yevlin built the very first straw goat in the square. Ironically, it was constructed by the fire department. Now, this is a 43-foot tall goat, so it's huge. It's a massive goat in the middle of the town, and on New Year's Eve, it was burned down by a vandal. So no one really caught him, no one knew what was up, but the guy, Stig, was like, that's kind of a bummer. So there's a business group called the Southern Merchants. Now you're going to need to know who the Southern Merchants are. They're a very big player in this tradition. Basically, it's like a business group, and they in 1967, the following year, they financed the building of another goat. Maybe they felt bad that the first one got burned down, so they're like, okay, we're going to do it again. And then in 1969, the goat was burned down. Another vandal struck. Nobody knows why, nobody knows how, but, that's just kind of what happened. So the Southern Merchants, they were like, okay, we got to build a fence. For some reason, these people like burning goats, those Swedes, so we got to build a fence around this goat. So in 1970, they had a fence. That same day, same day, 6 hours later, a bunch of drunk teenagers burned it to the ground. So this tradition of just burning this goat just started gaining traction. So in 1971, the Southern Merchants, the business group, was like, okay, this is the year. This is going to be the last year. No one's going to burn it to the ground. Like, we're making sure it will not burn this year. It was smashed to pieces. Now, the Wikipedia article doesn't really explain how or why or more on that, because that's kind of the extent of my research was Wikipedia and a couple other like news organizations like The Guardian and whatnot, but like it was smashed to pieces. Come on, there's a story there. What's the anyway? So after 1971, the Southern Merchants Group, they were like, okay, we're done. No more goats. These people cannot handle goats. So the next year, in 1972, another group called the Natural Science Club, they were like, you know what? I love this tradition. Let's keep it going. We don't know how to build a goat, but we're going to try. They definitely could have used some help because the goat was not vandalized. It just collapsed under its own weight. They weren't very good at building goats yet. Okay, this is the crazy part. This is my favorite one. Next year, in 1973, the goat was stolen. This 40-foot tall goat was just chilling in someone's backyard, and he was like, what? Like, yeah, it's mine. The cops showed up. Like, it was very easy to locate. Like, you could practically see it from space. That guy spent 2 years in jail. 1974 to 1980. Every year, the Natural Science Club built a new goat, and every year, without fail, the goat was burned, hit by a car, kicked to pieces, burned, or burned. And then in 1981, you're not going to believe this, it survived. Yeah, in 1982, it was burned again. The Natural Science Club was like, okay, we need your help. So the Southern Merchants and the Natural Science Club, they both came together and were like, okay, we are waging war on these drunken idiots that keep burning down our goats. We are not going to let them keep burning down our goats. And then the saga continued year after year, battle after battle. And from 1981 to 2016, the goat was either damaged or destroyed by vandals 24 times in the 35 years. Walls were built, flame retardants were used, people volunteered, all with the purpose of protecting the goat. Still, they only had a 30% success rate. How 60% of the time the goat burned in that from 1981 to 2016. Still, it's nuts. You're probably wondering a few things by now, such as why do people keep destroying an innocent goat? Why do they keep building a new one year after year? And more importantly, why do they keep building it out of straw and wood and other highly flammable materials? I think the answer to all of these questions is mania. It's I just can't explain it. The Guardian newspaper thinks that pagan Norse mythology worshippers destroy the goat every year in order to keep the sun from going out the following year. But considering that all of the vandals are just drunken idiot teenagers or even drunker idiotic adults, this theory actually makes perfect sense. I believe it wholeheartedly. I like that theory. Now we enter the modern era of this goat burning tradition. In 2017, a double fence was built. Cameras were recording and guards were protecting the goat. It survived. 2018, precautions were repeated. The foot traffic also helped deter potential arsonists. It survived again. 2019, 24-hour surveillance, K9 units, CCTV. The goat will not go down. And again, it survived in 2019. And in 2020, it survived. Have our days of burning straw goats ended? Have we advanced as society enough to know that burning people's stuff is wrong? Is there hope for a brighter future where mankind can live in the true spirit of Christmas? Good news, the answer is no. Last year, a 40-year-old drunk hopped the fence in the early hours of December 17th and lit the famous goat aflame. As its embers swirled into the night, they told a message to the world. The burning goat tradition will live on. Okay. Now, as this Christmas season is coming, and they're probably going to build another goat, I'm very curious to see this year if it lives or if it burns. But as far as traditions go, come on, this one's the goat. Thanks for listening to my LoneStrait spiel. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys next year. Okay, one more thing. If you check the link in my description, there's a video. It'll take you to a live broadcast of the goat in Sweden. So if you get really lucky, maybe you can watch it burn down, or who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas.